Welcome back to Act by Numbers for Valued Living.
Yes, we got that down.
To recap, number 5, we started off with values, directions,
The Roman numeral 5 for
chosen
values.
directions.
Right.
Then we moved on to number 1, taking in information
Through the
through
five
the use of the
senses.
5 senses. You know, the 5 senses: sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing. Then we moved on to number 2, that mental experiencing that we talked about, thinking. But within thinking, there are things like feelings, images, urges, all of those kinds
All kinds of
things.
stuff. Easy. If it's going on inside your head, it's mental experience.
And noticing the difference between the 5 senses experiencing, number 1, and the mental experiencing is who?
Me.
Me.
I. Always. Sometimes you'll hear me slip in. It's the me that took the first breath that I ever took. That one. One other little thing. Let's do 3 again, because 3 is really important. You can think of yourself when you were like 5 years old.
Mm.
How about when you were 10 years old? Yeah, I can think of that. How about 15 years old? Okay, yeah, I can think of that. Now, who's the same across all of those? Me. Once again, that constant. It's also known as the constant me. It's just always there, sort of looking at life. Big
Exactly.
picture. So now we're going to talk about 4, Roman numeral 4, which is the stuff that can
Get in the way.
of going toward values. Okay, it's usually, and it's, we'll tell you right now, we're not going to be talking about external things that could get in the way. So like if we were moving east, here in Hollowell, Maine, where we are, about 100 yards that way is a big river. It's even got ice on it right now. Well, that would be a physical obstacle for us to walking east. We're not talking about those. We're talking about mental
that gets.
mental stuff that gets in the way.
Because when we talk about value living and chosen directions, even though there can be physical things that can get in the way,
Oh yeah, we're
no
not
doubt,
saying,
no doubt, what we've discovered that a lot of the stuff that gets in the way is just plain old mental stuff.
There's mental stuff that gets in the way of this valued living. What you'll tend to do is start messing around and trying to, deal with or control or something, this mental stuff. And you'll start doing behaviors to do that stuff. And when you start doing behaviors,
It just gets in the way.
well, if you'll notice, my fingers are over here, and that's in the 4 spot. And where value living is oh, they're on that spot.
So it can just get in the way.
Right.
Another way stuff can get in the way is you can get just kind of stuck down in the mental stuff to the extent that you forget about moving.
Well, and yeah, but remember, your body's always moving, but a lot of times it just sort of sits.
Or I should say, it's always moving, however, it's not moving in the direction toward that value.
No, it's not always moving toward valued living. And so you'll find yourself just sitting or just, well, not doing stuff toward valued living, and that's when you'll know that, well, you're probably over here futzing with this stuff. Everybody does both. We have done this with literally 1,000 or 2 people.
Sometimes people are moving toward values
Living,
on that steady course.
right?
Sometimes people are a little bit off track.
And throughout every single day, people do both. Okay, so something that we'll emphasize to you: it's not that moving that way is good, and that moving this way is bad. No, 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 no. Sometimes moving this way is necessary. Don't get. It's just they're both part of life, but you want it all summed up in the end. Be headed toward what's important.
And remember, this is Act by Numbers for increasing value.
Valued living, right. So we're trying to increase the time over there. So that's the end of the homepage videos. Now on to the
Value.
Value, we're going to go through each and every value. The way you do this is you choose a value. So just, and it doesn't really matter which one you choose. Just choose any one of the values.
Now, who chooses that?
Let me see.
Me.
I choose the value. But we know, he and I know through training this stuff a lot, it doesn't matter which one you choose. So just choose one, and we'll get started.
See you next time.